Hello guys, my name is Gifmo Makuju, and I'm so happy to record another tutorial on Python and Django. Alright, so in this tutorial I want to show you how you can come up with a simple employer job site section, right? And where the employer can log in and post a job, right? And the and also create the section where the job seekers can view those jobs. All right, so I will show you the steps that we are going to follow in order to create this site. All right, so without wasting much time, guys, let's dive right into it. All right, so guys, I'm going to show you, or I want to first create my virtual environment, which I will use via Pycharm IDE, which is IDE is just stands for Integrated Development Environment, right? So let's create that environment right now. So let's say job site tutorial. All right, that's cool. Now that we've created our virtual environment, let's head to Pycharm, right? So we have to go to Pycharm. Good. So now we're in Pycharm. As you can see, this is another project that I've been working on. So I need to open the folder that I've created, right? So to open that, you go to File, and then here I will have to refresh. So as you can see, if I refresh the folder that I've created, it appears there, and I just want to use it in this window, so that's perfect, right? So cancel this, and then here let's go to the command line, right? So now we are in Pycharm, and first of all we need to create a project, right? And the project is gonna house our web application, right? So let's just do it. So to create a project in Django, you have to use this command, Django -admin start project, right? So you have to give it my the name of the project. It's my job site, right? Right, so we have to cd into this folder. So my job, cd my job site. So I love to create a I always love to create a Python application just after creating the project. So let's use this command to create a Python application. So it's python manage.py start up, right? And we're gonna name our app job site, right? So that's perfect. So now we need to test the installation, right? So we have to start the server. So to start the server, you use this command, python manage.py run server, right? So like this. So yeah, that's what we need to do. So we need to click on this link, and then it will take us to Chrome, and in Chrome you can view this, and you can see that it's saying the install has worked successfully. So it's giving us a congratulatory message that all is set for us to progress developing whatever we want in Django. Right, so as you can see here, I'm using the Django 3.4, right? So guys, let's dive right into the core of our tutorial, right? So now we need to head back to Pycharm. So now we are in Pycharm. So we have to navigate to job, my job site, the project folder, and we have to open the settings.py. So in settings.py, we have to do two things for now. We have to register our application that we have created, which is uh, job site, right? And we also have to set the settings for static files. So static files in general, this refer to CSS, JavaScript, and images. Right? So static files underscore dirs, which is directories. Static files directories. So what we are doing right now is we are creating a list, right, of the directories where Django can access our static files. That's what we're doing. So it's os dot, okay, it's in cap, so you have to do this. So it's os dot path dot join, and we have to say base comma, right, right. That's perfect. So in other words, we are here, what we are saying is Django will access these static files like CSS, JavaScript, images in the folder called static. So that's perfect. Now we are done with this. Let's progress to urls.py. Right. So here what we need to do is we need to register all the URLs of our application. So to do that, we use the include function. So we have to say include here all the URLs from our application. So here what we are going to do is we're going to do include and then job site dot urls, right? So basically that's it, job site dot urls. Pardon me guys. Right, so basically that's all we need for now. So let's navigate to our application that we've created here. So in this application, we need to create manually the urls.py. As you can see here, we don't have the urls.py. So right click on your application, go to new, and then create it as a Python file. So urls.py. Perfect. Then we say we have to import the necessary libraries that we want. So from Django.urls import path, right? Then here we have to say to import. In other words, we are matching this importation that we are doing now. We will match the URLs with the views that we are going to create. So we are saying from current directory import views, right? So powerful. Then going to create a list of URL patterns. So here we say path. For now we just need one path, so it's gonna be views dot home then we give it name, we give it home, then we do this, right? Perfect. So now we go to view. So in order to create a web page, all you need Django is you need the URL, you first need the views, you need the URLs, you need a template. So let's create a view for this. So we say def, we are defining a function that's gonna return the home page. So here we're gonna use the render. So we have to say return render, then we say request, then we will say job, we will say job site, then we say home dot html. That's perfect. So we need to create within our application a folder that's gonna house all our HTML files. So we have to create a folder called templates, and then we have also to create within this folder a folder name, and we name it job site, similar to our application. That's the Django way that they want us to do. So now within this we have to create an HTML file, and then we give it the name home, right? So for the time being, let's just give a random like name our site to job site. So here we just say here, what do we do now? Right, then here we just say okay, welcome to our job site. So as you can see, this is perfect. So guys, for now let's run migrations, let's apply migration. In other words, let's save the changes. So python manage.py make migrations. So now we are saving all the changes. So python manage.py migrate, right? So that's perfect. You see, we've managed to do that. Yeah, so now we may want to run saver. So what we're gonna do is to start the saver, we say python manage.py, then we say run saver. So now we have to navigate to Google Chrome and see how we are doing, right? So now we have to head back to Google Chrome, and you can see that it's saying it's all working perfectly. So we are all set to do our designs, create the cool stuff and everything. So yeah, that's perfect. So now let's head back to Pycharm. Right, so now we are back in Pycharm, but we also need to do some cool configurations. We have to import Bootstrap because I'm gonna use Bootstrap version 4.4.1. So let's create a static file folder that's gonna house all our static files. So let's say static like this. Right, so let's see, I think we have to undo this. That's perfect. So once we do this, right, so when creating the folder my static, you have to create it on this top file. You see here, if you click here, there's a drop down of this one. So you don't have to create it here, but you have to create the static folder here. So let's create that. So let's say static, then counts, right? So that will be perfect. So it's time within this. Let's we just need to import Bootstrap in this. We are not gonna go to the website and copy the link for Bootstrap and CS and JS, but we're going to import it manually, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. So now let's go to our file explorer, and Now, yes, so now we are here on my file explorer. So here, as you can see, this is the bootstrap that I want. So I'm just going to copy the whole folder, and then I'll find my project and paste it in the static folder. So this is the job site. So within the job site, then I paste it there. So as you can see, we are done. So we need to head back to Pycharm. So now we are in Pycharm. So we need to navigate to static. As you can see, the folder is now there. So that's perfect. So once we do that, we need to create, I think for now, we just need to do with the templates that we are going to use so that we don't spend much time on this small project. Right, so now we want to add a couple of, right, for example, we have to add the base.html. This will help us for inheriting template, which is template inheritance. So now we just need to let's say we just need this. Okay, let me add another one. So here list job, right, or job list, something like list job, yeah. So list underscore job dot html. So basically these are the three templates that we need right now. So now I'm going to show you how to do template inheritance. So now we are in our base template. So whatever setting that we are going to do here, we are going to inherit this page in each and every page that we have. So now we have to start by loading static files, right? So we say load static, right? So we just need here to this tag is used for for specifying the title and stuff. So it's block title, then here you say end block, right? Block title and end block. So here we have to say, for example, we just need to give this content the class container, and within this div class, within this div we have to put our content. So we have to say block, we have to say block content. So it's block content, then here we say end block. The same here, block title. Yeah, so basically that's it for now. And let's also import our CSS bootstrap. So what we do, we have to go to navigate here, and that's perfect. So let's import. So to import our bootstrap CSS, we have to do this. So we have to specify the folder that houses the bootstrap CSS. So it's bootstrap dash. In other words, we are just working with the path. So dist specify the folder that we want, the CSS, and then we specify the actual file that we want. Then CSS like this, and then that's perfect. That way, that's powerful. Then we have to also import the we have also to import the JS file. So just follow the same concept that we've done here. So to shorten the amount of time. We have to copy this and then we have to paste it here. So we just change here where it's CSS, then we say JS. Then we just want this bootstrap.bundle.main.js. So we are going to say here bundle, then here we will say main dot .js, right? So that's perfect. So now I think we right, so for the home now that's fine. And okay, for the home we haven't yet done anything, and here job listing we haven't done anything. So I think now so all the settings that I wanted to do now, I think that's fine. And at the same time I also need to, yeah, I think there's one more setting here in our base template. We need to set the nav bar. So I will use the bootstrap, right? So nav, and then we have to give the class nav bar, then nav bar dash expand, then empty is medium. So if you have to follow you have to learn the Flexbox grid system or the Bootstrap grid system. It uses things like small, which is SM, then MD is medium, and then large, then extra large, things like that. So navbar dash expand, and then we have to specify the color of the navbars, and then the background we have to say here for now should be dark. So that's perfect. So we have to set the logo. So we use the a tag. So we have to specify the class for that. It's navbar dash brand, and here let's say my job, right? Let's give it my job, right, my job. So let's give it a strong class, right? So a strong class, a strong tag will make this it's a tag, not a class. A strong tag will make this bold, right? We'll make it bold. So that's perfect. So let's create a toggle functionality. So here what we have to do is to specify the class. So it's gonna be class navbar dash toggler, and then we have to set the type, and then the type is gonna be button, and then you say data dash toggle, and then here we have to say collapse, and then data dash target. Then here you have to give this class enough. Now that's perfect. So let's create a toggle icon. So let's give it a class navbar dash toggler dash icon. So that's perfect. So now that we've done this, let's create the menu items. So now let's give this a class, this div. Let's say class, then not nav as such, that collapse, navbar dash collapse. Right, so here let's come up with an ID, and let's just give the value of the data target. Right, so now you have to create an ordered list, and let's give it a class navbar dash nav, and we'll specify the behavior of the menu, whether they have to go to the right or to the left. But in this case, I think they will be on the left, so we have to move them to the right side, but I will specify their behavior later. Right, now we have to specify the list items. Let's give a class like class a nav dash item, and then here let's give a class, then specify nav dash link, and then let's say home, and let's copy this. Right, so let's say create job. Right, suppose you are the employer, you want to post a job and stuff. So I think this should work well. That's perfect. So now we have to, all right, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's perfect, that's cool. So we have to close this. We have also to close this so that you are left with all the what we are working with. Right. So now that we've done all these, it's time to work, on models, right? So here we want to create a job site model, right? Specifically for the employer, because he's the one who is gonna post the jobs. Job seekers, what they only have to want to view those jobs and things like that. So let's start by importing. Let's start by importing something here, this library. So we just wanna import the time library time zone. So we have to say from Django.utils import time zone. Right, that's perfect. So once we do that, then now we are creating a class. So here what I want to do is I want to create a class called job. That's perfect. So you will see that in our admin site it will be a plural, some sort of a noun or something. So here let's say models dot model. Pardon me. So I'm not gonna create a complex category. Just wanna explain the basic concept so that you can grasp how to work with models, and different model class fields. Right. So here I just wanna define job underscore choices. Right. So this gonna be an array. Right, so this will say, let's say here it's gonna be finance, right, in small caps, right, and here it's gonna be finance in capital letters, right. Then here it's gonna be, let's say, marketing, right, and here we have to specify this starting with a capital letter, marketing. Then here it has to be, let's say, high, let's say web, web design, right, and here let's say it's gonna be web design, right, and let's say the job here is accounting, right, not accounting but accounting or something, yeah. Then here it is to start with the capital, and then you say accounting. Yeah, I'm still thinking of, yeah, all right, that's perfect. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool for now, and then we do this. That's perfect. So once we are done, we have to now we need the job title, right? So we're gonna say, all right, job title. So it's models, it's a char field, right? Then you're gonna say max length, let's say maybe 200, right? And let's say job underscore category, right? So we say models, models dot that's pardon me. Then I want it to be a char field, and I'll explain later. So model dot char field, right? Remember, we are going to choose from these jobs that I've defined here. But as of now, I just want it to be a char field, and I'll explain what's happening here in a minute. So as a char field, we have to specify the length. Let's say 250, and then you have to say, let's say, choices, right? So from the choices now, that's where we are defining these. Okay, so that's where we are defining. We are putting these ones. So say job choices, then default. We want to say, all right, finance. That's default, right? So what we are saying is, when someone wants to create a job, so when before they select any job choice or category, they will see that the default one that's already there is finance. That's what I'm trying to say, right? So let's proceed. Then we also need job description, right? So what we do here, we say models.char field. Model description is going to be a text field, right? Which means here we haven't specified how long this field, how many letters or words the field, it can go for as long as the job content is concerned, right? So here, job description, and what else do we want? We have specified the job title, job category, maybe maybe we also need to okay, here I was supposed to say job position. Sorry guys, job position, right? Job position, yeah, just for learning purposes and stuff. Then job title here, right? Job title, then models dot char field, right? Then max underscore length, let's set it to 200 as well. So job position here, then models, category and stuff. That's perfect. So now, for this is a learning purpose, I just want you to grasp the concept that we are doing here. So I'll break down, like at first I wanted to just say contact, and then I put it as a char field and stuff. But I've resolved it to break down the contact section to the phone number, email address, and website, right? So we'll just twinkle that on display. So let's say what can I say here? Let's just say here, let's just give this, let's say job underscore phone. Yeah, you know, you can name this whatever you want. So I just want to keep it uniform. Then models dot char field. I just want it to contain numbers and letters. So let's just keep this max length. Just set it to let's say here maybe let's say 100. Yeah, but 20 would be enough. So let's say job underscore email, right? So here we'll use models dot email field, not file, it's email field, right? We'll use the email field, then job underscore website, then we're going to use models dot url field, and that's it, right? Then we have to use created, so models dot date time field, then we're going to say auto underscore now underscore date. That's perfect. Then we're gonna say true. It's powerful. So what it means is we are saying if you want to show like the time when you this will show the time that the job is being posted, right? Once it is posted, right? So now that's perfect. You see everything, it's working very well now. So let's say dev underscore then we say return self dot job underscore title. That's perfect, right? So this is a human readable representation. I will show you just that. I will show you that in a minute, right? That's perfect. Now that's perfect. Now that we've created all this, we have to head to our admin, right? So now here we have to register that to our admin site. So we say from dot models job, right? So here we're going to say admin dot site dot register, then we'll say register job. That's perfect. That's cool, right? So as you can see right now, that's perfect, right? So we have to save the changes. We have to save our changes that we've made to our application. So make migrations, right? So say Python manage.py migrate. So basically that's it. So let's start the save. Before that, let's create our admin login credential. So Python manage.py create super user, right? So I'm gonna use my name Kivmo. I'm gonna use my email macbuju@gnatechnologies.co.za. Then I'm gonna select my password. You can choose your own password. So right, so that's perfect. So once I do that, then I'll start the save, right? That's powerful. So here now that I've started the save, I need to navigate to Chrome, right? So I'll see Now we are in Chrome, right? So let's just navigate to our admin area. So like this, right? So my name is already there, so I'm just putting my password, right? So let's log into the system. Powerful, no thanks. Right, so as you can see, like I told you, when we were defining our modules, there was only job, but here in the admin section, it's now plural, which is jobs, right? So you can even create a job from this side. You see, like here the default category here is finance, like I told you. Here it is created the drop down, the selection, the category, and everything. Which means even if you want to create, let's say, a job title, let's say marketing or marketing professional, right? Marketing professional required. Here you can say market, right? Market, alright. Here you can say marketer is the position. Here you can select marketing, that's the job category. Then here you can do whatever you like. You are looking for a talented, marketer, blah 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 blah. You see, I just wanna help you. You can use your phone number. You can put your email. I can put my URL to my website, gnatechnologies.co.za, and once done, I can write save. As you can see here, it's working perfectly. Right, it's working perfectly. If you wanna add, if you wanna edit, if you wanna delete, you can do whatever you want. Alright, so having showed you this, let's go back and continue working. Right, so now I want to navigate to Pycharm. Right, so now I'm in Pycharm. Let's work. Let's now do the magic and stuff. That's perfect. Right, now we need to define the view that will output all that we want. So here we are going to say, so I'm gonna change. All right, no problem. Here I'm gonna say jobs, right, equals to, it's jobs equals to job dot objects dot all. In other words, we want to output all the jobs, right? A list. This function outputs a list of jobs, right? So here we say job dot object dot all. So now we have to create a context dictionary, and then here we say jobs, and then here we say job. Right, we say jobs, I mean not job. So that's perfect, as you can see. Right, so you see here it's showing this red, and it's underlining the job and stuff. It's because we haven't yet imported our job module. So we say from dot modules import job. That's perfect. So now we are set. We are all set to go. So this function, it outputs the job like I said. That's perfect. So now what I need to do is I need to go to our home page because I need to display all these jobs in our home page. So I'll have to extend. So I say extends, then I say job site, then I say base.html because we are extending from the base template. Then here I will say blog title, then here I will say jobs, something like that. Jobs, then I'll say view jobs, right? Then I'll close this, then I will say end block like this, and then I'll put the tag to output the actual content. So here I will say end block. That's perfect. So here I will set a div class. So I will say container. Then here I will say, all right, let's say let's give it a class of raw, right? Here let's say class o dash md, and then here what I want to do is just 2, and then I leave this empty, right? That's perfect, right? And then I move here and then I paste this. So 2, then here we need 8 if I'm not mistaken, 8, right? Because I'll say 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's perfect, right? So within this I will say view. So I'll just need just need then I'll say view and your desired job, right? So just put the ruler under it, then I will just give space to this. So on this one, what I need is to output all the jobs. You have to use a for loop, right? A for loop is used when you want to output certain sections. So I'll just say for job in jobs, then I have to end this for loop. So I have to say end for, right? For job in jobs, really output this, right? So first thing is h4. I'm gonna say, so here I think I need to say h3. So if I say h4, then here I will say, all right, output job underscore title, right? You get that. Then beneath that, let's say h5, then I'll say output Oh no, it's not the right thing. So what we do here, you say job dot job underscore title. That's perfect. So job underscore uh, position, job underscore position, and then here let's say h6. Is it okay? So let's say h6 is job title, job position. Then here let's say job dot job underscore category, right? So after job category, what happens? Job, is it job employer or something? I'm not sure. Okay, I left one field here, but that's fine. So let's go to, because I wanted like name of the company and stuff. So it's job, position, description, then I think just to be the first one, right? So let's just do that. So let's say job employer. What comes? Alright, let's not put that here. It's just for learning purposes. Job employer. I just wanna put the name of the employer. So char field in max length. Just say 100. Wow. And then let's make migrations. Right. So let's say make migrations to save that. Right. So provide the one-off default will be set on all rows with now. Let me edit default in modules and stuff. But what? Let's say 2. Alright, so let's say Python manage .py make migrations. Provide the one-off default here, just one option. Type exit to exit this point, exit. Alright, no problem. Let's try again. Python manage.py make migrations. Right, so let's do option 2. It didn't let me add a default. So let's just say Python manage.py migrate. If changes that are not yet reflected, right? So let's say Python, what's happening? Python manage.py make migrations. Right, so what's happening here? We are trying to add the nanny no label field job to job without a default. We can't do that. There's only something to populate existing rows. Please select a fix to be set on all within our file. Provide select option. Please enter the default value as valid date time. The datetime which is not available, so you can do EG time zone dot now. Right, so Python manage.py migrate. Right, so that's perfect. That's perfect. So now what we need is what we need right now, right? So let's go back to our home. So he said it's, what did you say here? Job employer. So let's just say, let's just copy this, right? We'll change later. So employer, just like that. Then let's say paragraph. Then we say job underscore description, right? Then we also need to job underscore phone, job underscore email, and all that. All right. So let's do this. Right. But at the same time here, let's say let's give an h5 that will say contact info, right? Contact info, and here we'll give an h5 as well. We'll change later. H5 say job description, no, things like that. Or we can just delete this. We can just delete this. All right. So we can say, all right, just a space here and just some space. Then yeah, we will change and see how it goes. All right. So contact info here, we add job, phone. Here we add here we add job email, and here we add website. Right, so I think now our module will be complete. That's perfect. That's perfect, right? Right. So basically now that let's delete this space. We didn't want this space. That's perfect. So now we need to give space. That's cool. So we can copy this and paste here. That's perfect, right? So now what we want to do here, we want to do something different. So here we have to delete that, and we have to create another div, right? Then we have to give it class form dash go, right? Then we have to come up with a form, and then we say method equals post, right? Then we have to set the CSR, okay, it's CSRF underscore token, right? This is a cross-site request forgery that will help you secure post and stuff, right? Then here we have to say form dot is underscore p. So here we are saying display forms is paragraph, right? Then we say input, then here it's gonna be input, it's gonna be submit, then name is gonna be submit as well. Then the class, we use the Bootstrap class. So let's use the Bootstrap class. We say btn, which stands for button dash info. So that's it for this section. Right, now we have to deal with the views. Right, so we have to copy this and we have to come up list underscore job. This is the view to list jobs and stuff, so we have to delete this. Right, but before we go there, right, there's also, we have to work with forms, because this is not going to work if we don't have a form. Remember, we've created a form here, so let's just do that. So in your application, create manually a forms file. So it's a Python file, then you say forms.py. So you have to import that. So from Django, you just say from Django import forms. Let's import, you're gonna use the model form, so it's from .models import job. Right, that's perfect. So now that we've done this, let's start working. So we are going to use the class job form. Right, then we say forms dot model form. Right, then we do this. Right, so in here we are going to define a couple of things. Remember, there are some choices that we've made here. So these are the very choices that we are going to copy and use in our forms dot model here. That's perfect. Right, then we are going to start with job underscore title. Right, we are going to start with the job underscore title. So we are going to say job underscore title, then we say forms dot char field. So it's gonna be char field here, right? Char field. Then we say, we choose the widget, right? Then we're gonna say forms dot, get what I mean, dot text input. Then we create an attribute field where we specify the classes that we want, but we're using the Bootstrap class. That's why we use the form group. So here we're going to say class, and then we use the form dash control. That's the class that we that's the class that we want to use. Right, so let's copy this as well, and here let's refer to our module. It's job employer next. So let's go here and then we change here job employer, and then forms.char field. It's gonna be a text input as well, and then we copy here again, we refer, and then here it's job position. So let's just write that job. Let's just write that job position. it's the same. So here it's now job category, so forms.chart field forms. So if here we are not using the text select, we are using the select field. These are form fields. The text, if it's a chart field, here you use a text input. So select. Then here we also need to use choices, right? Then we give a comma here. Then we just select the job choices there that are there, and we are good to go. Then let's do with job. Now I think it's job description, right? So if it's job description, we don't use a text input, we use a text area, just that, right? So job category, description, then font, it's gonna be a text input. So let's say font, so nothing changes. Then let's say emo, like here, emo. Then here it's gonna be an emo input. So emo input. Then here it's gonna be a website. So a website is gonna be a URL input, just that, right? A URL input, right? So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Let's go back to our models. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So that's perfect. So that's very, very perfect. So now what we need to do is we have to create a class method, and then we specify, we say module equals to job, right? In fields we're going to say we're using all. So we've selected to use all the fields. So now that's perfect, that's powerful. We are done with this. So now that we are done, let's go to views, right? So as you can see here, right, so as you can see here, now we have to go to views and define the URLs and stuff. So here, before we do anything, we have to import that. So from dot forms, import job form. So that's perfect. So if we come here now, what we are going to do is we are going to say form equals to job form, just like that. And then here we say if request dot method equals to post. Then let's do this. We say then we say form equals to job form. Then we say request dot post, right? Then let's check the validity of the form. If form dot is underscore valid, then let's do this. Then then we say form dot save. Right, then we have to say return redirect, then we specify where we want. So here we import redirect. Right, so the logic here is, all right, then here so here I will have to change to list underscore job. Then here I'll have to change to form. Then here I have to change to form. Just like that. So the logic here is once the employer finishes filling this form and they submit it, then they are going to be redirected to the home page to see the job which they have created. So that's basically what's happening here. So now let's work with our URLs here. So now what we have to do is we say, all right, then here we say list underscore job, right, list underscore job, and then we say str, right, so hey, pardon me guys, it's this thing is all right. So guys, let's proceed. All right, so now we don't have to do this, we just have to say, all right, list underscore job, then we say views dot list underscore job, then we say name equals to list underscore job. Right, so that's it. So let's check right, just like that. So you see here we got this home and everything. Yeah, so I think this is working. It's gonna work perfectly. So yeah, so no doubt, right, so no doubt. So let's see what will happen. So basically that's it guys for today's tutorial. Let's just see what happens. So now before we execute and run to see what's happening, let's navigate to our base template. Right, so here we have to specify the URL here. I just want to check to see whether it's list underscore job. Then our URLs, what are they saying? It's list underscore job. So that's perfect. So in our base template, we have to URL, then we give it, or we say home. Right, then we come here, we change this one, so we say URL, then we say list underscore job. Right, so basically guys, if we run this, it should work. Right, so let's just try to apply migrations again. Python manage.py, make migrations, Python manage.py, migrate. Let's start the server, Python manage.py, run server. Right, so now let's see what let's see what happens. So now if we go to our browser, you will see that. Alright, so you see what's happening now. It's saying marketing professional required. Alright, no problem. So here my job, what, it's not. So this is the first job that we've created in our database, and alright, that's powerful. So this is the form to create a job. Alright, this is where you can create a job. Let's say marketing, let's say GNA technologies, and then let's say digital marketer, then I'll say marketing, let's say here, let's put it different, web design professional required. So here it's web design. We are looking for a talented web design. Then job 4. My email is let's say it's info at gnatechnologies.co.za. Our website is this. Then let's submit. You see, so here, so you see here it's giving us this because when we first created this job, we didn't have the employer something the job employer field. So that's why it's like this. But no worries, we can always go back to our admin, and when we go to our admin, we can go to jobs, and we can always delete this one. So we select the action here, then we say go. Yes, I want to delete, then that's fine. So which means when we go back to our site, we are only left with this. All right, so now let's make this look good. All right, so yeah, let's do this. All right, so category, this is the category. So let's change this in Pycharm. So now we're in Pycharm. Let's go to home. So here let's create space from on the top. Right, let's also change the background, the BG color. It's not looking like right, so let's say light for now. Right, and let's say home. Right, so here we are saying job title, what. Right, so what we can do is we can say job description, like this. Right, we can even have an italic here. We can italize this, so we can do this. Then we say phone, and then we say email us, apply on our website. Then we just want to create this, so do this, and then we do this. That's perfect. So job description, job category, right. So I think employer should be just a paragraph. That's what I think. Paragraph. And paragraph. Right. Then we can say employer. Then we can say position. Then here we can say category. Right. So let's change as well here. Let's add some space. Let's add some space. That's fine. So we've added some space, and let's just add another thing here. So let's say div. So let's add space. Let's add space. So let's say class row, and let's say class class hold, just hold, and here let's say h3. Let's say create a job. create a job. Right, so let's try to view that. Let's try to view changes. So let's refresh. Perfect. You see it's now looking great. Find your desired job, employer, digital marketing, web design. Now let's see here what's happening. Job description, okay, category and stuff. Right, so let's see what's happening. So let's go back again. Now home. Okay, here it's HP. That's why it should be paragraph. Right, so again, let's watch what's happening. Perfect. You see, now we have got this. We've got contact info. We've got web design professional required, employer. You see, so yeah, basically that's it. And so let's do some changes again. So let's say let's italize this, so that it looks well. So we say italize this, then we say this. Right. Pardon me. Right. So here, let's do this. Right. Let's do this. we're gonna put everything here just like that. So now we have tweaked. So I've tweaked inside my my Pycharm. So now I just refresh. So I italicized all these so that they look nice like this, you know. So yeah, I think if I want this to move to the right, so let's do that. So let's go to Pycharm. Let's go to our base template, and here you just want to say mo-auto. Right, so let's go back again. So as you here, you see now here we got these on this side, right? So which means if you want to create post a job here, you can do this. So let's put that here on center, right? So let's go back to Pycharm. So job listing here, say text dash center. So yeah, let's go back to Chrome, and then perfect. So it's saying create a job. Let's create another job as well. Let's say financial analyst. Job title financial analyst wanted. Financial analyst and consultant, right? Then G&A technologies, say PT1 LTD, then job position, say financial analyst. Right, you know, I just included these fields for your own sake so that you can learn how to work with fields like this. So we just use this default one. So we are looking for a talented financial analyst to work with us and clients, you know, things like that. Then we add a lot of content, blah 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 blah, and then here I add my number 002765649636, then job email, info, and then our website, and then our submit. So as you can see, we really need a gap here. We really need a gap here. So let me just do that. So let's go back in Pycharm. Let's go to our home. So we are saying just after this, let's give space. So now let's go back again and refresh. Powerful. So as you can see here, you see there is now, you know, a distinguishing line and stuff. You know, you can do, yeah, that's great. That's lovely. So basically, guys, that's it. You created post here, it appears here. So I think it's a cool functionality, guys. You know, a lot of things, and you know, you can add your own features, you can play around with this, you can learn, you know, that's how you can output your content and your and output coding and stuff. So I'm really grateful, guys, for sticking around and watching this video. And you know what, I'm a beginner. I come from a nanny background, because I did banking and finance and I graduated last year. But I had this zeal to learn Python, Django, data science, graphic design and stuff. So digital marketing. So I'm into digital marketing, graphic design, web design, coding, all that Python programming and stuff. So I'm now creating courses to help others to skill up and to never underestimate their potential. So guys, if I come from a nanny coding background, so it means, and I'm able to create something like this. It's not big, it's not what, but to me it's quite an achievement, because I really have done something for myself. It's through self-learning. I get content on websites, and then I follow them. I learn a lot from each and every tutorial. So from each tutorial I try to implement what I learn. I don't just copy tutorials. I go an extra mile and implement the bits and pieces that I learned from different tutorials to come up with my own thing. For example, this tutorial is is a product of a tutorial that I watched on Dennis Ive YouTube channel, on a to-do list, right? So I followed his tutorial on a to-do list, and then I sat down and then I broke down all the bits and pieces that I learned, how to create something, how to edit it, how to delete it, and then I decided to come up with my own thing. So it's really, guys, good that whenever you take tutorials, don't just copy tutorials, but go in extra mile and create your own thing out of the tutorial and out of the lessons that you and the tutorials that you are taking online. So guys, it's been quite a journey, and I'm so happy that you've watched my video, and please invite others, and let them like, let them comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Guys, if you've got anything that you want me to uh, do a tutorial on, or if you've got any queries, you've got any suggestions, additions, please let me know, guys. Thank you so much. Please subscribe on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much.